They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them, lest we forget. G'day and welcome back to Duckzorly Gaming and episode 33 of our 24-day seasons challenge on Sherwood Park Farm. Now before we get into anything else, today is Remembrance Day, the 11th of November 2017. Remembrance Day as it's known in Australia, Armistice Day in the UK, Veterans Day in the US, and Remembrance Day and Armistice Day in a whole pile of other places. So as you would have seen, we said the ode at the start of this video as a matter of respect for those that have fallen and paid the ultimate sacrifice for any country when their need has been called by their country to defend them or defend others. So I would firstly like to say, as a ex-veteran, or as a veteran I should say, that I would like to thank all those men and women that have served and continue to serve in the armed forces of all countries around the world, and pay particular thanks and gratitude to those that have gone before us and paid the ultimate sacrifice in whichever battle it was, whether it be World War I, World War II, Vietnam War, Korean War, and whatever it was, Afghanistan, Iraq, the whole gambit. Yeah, much respect, and lest we forget. Okay, so we'll move on from that, and as you can see, the rain has just stopped. So in our last episode we had the rain hit just as we were finishing the day, and then overnight it rained till about 1 o'clock in the morning, which was all well and good, and I thought, okay, we'll be fine. So we then came through this morning, and then it started raining again about 6 o'clock. So so now we find ourselves having to deal with wet crops again early this morning. So we're going to continue on and get some stuff done. But initially we can't go and finalise our cornfield due to wet weather. So what we are going to do is we're going to head on over to the biogas, and we'll get some work done over there. So what we'll do is we'll go and grab the Silverado and we'll head it over. Okay, so I hope all your family, friends and everyone are all doing well. We're doing well here. It's been a busy day, as well as having Remembrance Day. We also had our daughters doing their final dance recitals. That was a wonderful day. But yeah, so I certainly hope you're all well and doing okay. So as we get over here to the biogas, what we'll do is we've got a bit of compost to move, so we'll take some compost to move that over to the greenhouses, and continue our preparations through the greenhouses, get them running. We've got to get some water over there as well, and then once the fields dry out, we'll get our cornfield back underway again. I must remember that our truck is parked at the farm, the main farm, so we'll get back over there and collect that too. Alright, so it's parked in here. Alright, so we're off and running. Still making our compost. Let's check to see. Let's do a fair bit of fuel. And we'll have to look at topping that up soon with some grass or some straw. There's our truck over here. I think he's loaded up. He's indeed. So we'll take the K100 over to the greenhouses and we'll start unloading him. It's been a busy week. First off, for me and the channel personally, we've had a huge week. First, it started with Stevie, obviously the great modder and the maker of this wonderful map. He gave us a bit of a shout out on his Facebook page, and obviously that got us a bit more publicity, and we got a few extra subscribers through that, I think. And I'm certainly, in fact, I may have mentioned in the last episode, but I'm indeed humble and grateful that Steve would do that for us. As we get caught up in the planner box. I don't know why I've come in this way, but anyway. We'll go around the back. Yeah, so that was a good lift in subscriber numbers and interest in the channel, and also the Facebook page. But then we also released our first Let's Play video of Broadacres. The second one is underway. It's not quite ready yet, but we're getting there. And with Ben and all the lads over there allowing me to post that first video up there, and why did that unload? And also, weird. Okay. Let's see if I can get you unloading in here. Yeah, so the video on the Broadacres Facebook page again brought a lot of new subscribers, thankfully, and a few followers on the Facebook page. So that's fantastic as well. I also did a courseplay tutorial on the new or newish convoy mode, which is in the developer version of 5.02. So yeah, I think that sort of helped. I've certainly got more views on those two videos than I've got on virtually a lot of my videos probably combined. But yeah, so hopefully we certainly keep that up, and I do appreciate all those new subscribers for joining. Certainly hope you're catching up with us here as well. But yeah, the Broadacres will be coming along and be out soon. The delay is actually, I was having a lot of trouble getting the overloaders working, and I need to have the overloaders working because we're going to be using multiple combines, multiple tractors, balers, all that sort of stuff, and I really need to be able to automate the offloading of the combine, especially when I've got numerous combines running the field. And Courseplay wasn't allowing us to do it, and I had to go and do a bit of a search and find a couple of people were having problems, and it turns out a few have had problems over varying times, and it seemed as though the trick was actually to turn on one of the debug channels. I think it was 15, and suddenly everything was working splendidly. I was at the point where it didn't matter which overloader I was using, I couldn't get the tractor and the overloader to shimmy up next to the unit to offload and to actually offload into it, no matter where the pipe was or wherever else. So it was very frustrating there for a while. But needless to say, we've sussed it out now, and I did a big test yesterday actually, where I had I think we had 8 combines running. We had 4 tractors with overloaders running. We had tractors with balers running behind. We had 5 4-trailer road trains, and fully automated all of it, and it was working peachy. So yeah, so I was quite pleased with that in the end. So we're up and running with that. So that means that the second video, the continuing intro and the commencement of work on Broadacres, will be out hopefully the next couple of days. Unfortunately, I've lost a bit of time today and yesterday as well in prepping videos, as technical issues between Adobe Premiere and XSplit Gamecaster were causing no end of problems. It was Adobe wasn't recognising the audio tracks even though they were there, so I'd play the MP4 that was created in Gamecaster, and Adobe Premiere, in all its infinite wisdom and its very expensive cost, decided that there was no audio there. So trying to get that working was a pain in the bum, which I seem to have got done now, but who knows, we'll wait and see. Oh, actually that's what we're going to do. Sorry. So what we're going to do now is we'll head on over and grab the water tanker, and we'll get the water filled up here in the greenhouses, and then hopefully by then, I'll just note it, yeah, back to that. Okay, by then we should hopefully be back with dry fields. Now you will have also noticed possibly that we've got a bit of extra cash again. When we traded into use that parallel, good enough. When we traded up to our Caterpillar combines, we didn't sell all our Western headers and our Western headed trailers. Why we didn't, I don't know, but we certainly don't need them anymore because we've gone to the Caterpillar header, so it's got more room. It's a smaller header, but we don't have to worry about separate trailers, all that sort of stuff. So yes, we don't need those anymore. So I sold those off, and that gave us an extra 170,000 in the bank. So yeah, we're looking okay money-wise now. Not that we weren't before, but we can comfortably look at even possibly buying some more animals. Now, it's good that I mentioned more animals because that's prompted me about something else I can talk about. So we'll get to that in a second. As we just meander our way down here into the river, and we start loading. Okay, so the other thing we've done is we've updated our seasons mod to 1.2, which was dropped by the Realismus modding group on the mod hub a day or two ago. We did spend some time just to make sure it wasn't going to wreck our gameplay or anything, but I'm glad to say it certainly hasn't. So all our crops are in the same state, blah 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 blah. Now, what it has given us in relation to the animals, as I was just saying about, if we go in here to our menu, you see things look a little bit crisper up here, but that's not much. This is probably the most important thing. We now have an economy window. Now, the economy window will obviously tell us basically the net worth of a particular crop at a particular time on average. So this is just your average economy as I understand it. So it's obviously wheat, it's worth the most sort of come midwinter, which is obviously where a lot of farms would be demanding wheat because they aren't able to bring their own crops in, whatever else, they may be running low, so that makes some sense. You look at your sunflowers. So sunflower demand sort of ebbs and flows, but there's never sort of much use of it early winter, but end of winter and sort of early spring, there's a demand for it. Potatoes, fairly stable. Sugar beets, stable. Sugar cane, so it's already there, ready to go. 4 days to go. 4 days to go to the DLC. But yeah, as I was sort of getting to, cows, sheep and pigs. So I know Farmer Klein and myself and a few others over on the PCSG website were sort of putting together a bit of a history of the value of the animals to buy and sell at various periods of time through the year. Well, we don't need to have to worry about that too much now because it's in the actual spread. Oh, there's a bit of an error there. Well, it's not dollars per animal. Sorry, I'm misreading. Yeah, so we can actually see now that the best time to buy our pigs is going to be in a couple of days' time, in the last third of autumn, and the best time to sell them is sort of mid-autumn. Mid-spring. With sheep, again, well, we should be looking at buying them now if we're going to buy any, and sell them back in spring. And cows, again, cheapest time to buy them sort of mid-summer, and sell them sort of transitioning autumn, winter, early winter. So yeah, very good, fantastic. And obviously it's got tomatoes and all that sort of stuff. Well, that's pretty stable because you're not not got any sale points really for that. That's just automated, so I could be wrong on that too. Anyway, so yeah, nothing really there's changed. So that's fantastic, a fantastic change for us. So anyway, let's go up here and offload our water before we get a dry crop or dry fields. Now there is also, with the updated seasons mod, you can actually determine, I think it was the dampness or whatever of the fields themselves. I haven't looked at that, haven't worked it out yet. I will do at some point, I guess. But yeah, so all the geos and all that have been updated. So the Wales geo, the what was there? Wales, American, German, Swedish. So they've all been updated. And that's all available on the mod hub. So head on over to the mod hub and grab that. The course play, as I was talking about with the course play, that has recently been updated on the mod hub too. However, if you do want to use your multiple combines and use this convoy mode, which you can check out in the channel, I'll put the link up in the video, then you will need to get the developer version though from the website for course play. It's not in the current version on the mod hub. Okay. Nice of my son to leave his phone in here so it chirps away. Okay, so this is, I'm going to fill this one up with water. Now we've got these two down here to go, and then hopefully we should be right to head off back and get our corn finished, finally. Alright, now we'll go down to this troublesome one. This rear one is always a troublesome one to get, and now I've said that, it'll be easy. Certainly needs to be generally about square on. So I need to concentrate because I actually did do this is the second run through on this, but first run through, and thankfully I backed up this save before I did it because of the problems I was experiencing. Yeah, there we go, first time. Yeah, the first version of this episode had no audio, so this is the second time through. And the first time I did this, thankfully I'm not putting it out because I was running into everything. So Reefy would have had a conniption. He would have had a good time watching this. So got to try and keep off the walls and fences. All right, so we've got a little bit of water left. We'll just fill that up, and we'll see how much water this one's got. We may just leave him at that point. So we'll see how low he is. Let's turn up. Each of those actually get the refill point straight away. Okay. So water, I got 20%. Yeah, that'll do for now. That'll do. What we'll do though is we'll fill the water tanker back up so it's ready to go. And then we'll leave that tanker there. Yeah, so anyway, since we're talking about Remembrance Day and all that, I do want to make particular mention of my good friend Eustace, who put a video out the other day, a day or two ago, and it was a mod review effectively of Rockhound's K100, the POW MIA version. Now, that was a beautiful, touching, insightful video by Eustace. And look, honestly, I was looking at doing a mod review of it myself, and being a veteran and knowing what the POW MIA thing means, particularly for American servicemen and women and stuff like that, I was going to do a bit of a slant on it, but in due respect and reverence to Eustace's video, I'm not going to do that straight away. But yeah, hats off to Eustace. It was a brilliant, touching video. He touched on a lot of his personal life as in relation to his relatives and stuff. So please head on over and have a look at his channel. And if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe, because he is I'm going to go out on a limb. I know I've said it basically before, but I think he is the best storyteller in relation to farming simulator YouTubing that I have seen. So yeah, go check him out. And secondary to that, and of course, go check out Rockhound with his great mods. I mean, that goes without saying. And he also put out another video very quick thereafter, which was a bit of a shock because it's normally go a bit of time between videos for Eustace lately. He put out an unboxing video of our good friend Jerry, otherwise known as Grizzly Bear Sims, who's created a bit of a woodworking shop on, I think the website's called Etsy, where you can buy his stuff. And he's making some gorgeous pens. So Eustace bought one off him. I tell you, I'm looking at joining that queue and buying one. The only problem is, I know you're looking at international shipping, but unfortunately, he's not shipping to Australia, so it makes it a bit difficult for me in that regard. But anyway, what we'll do while we're here is we'll put this truck away, tidy it up, put up the yard a bit. Yeah, so but yeah, so go check out that. Check out Eustace's video, and go check out Jerry's pens, and do yourself a favour and go buy one for sure. They're a beautiful looking pen. I hope I can speak to Jerry sometime soon and come to some arrangement for him to get one to me. But yeah, fantastic. Alright, so I think we're going to get a dry field very soon, so we'll just head on over. Just want to make sure we've got the truck over into the combine. I don't know if I've got the truck there. I'm pretty sure I've just left the farm. So we'll go to the farm, grab the truck and head over to the field. We're on field 24, I think it is, for the harvesting of the corn. And then we'll head back in and do that. The other thing that was a bit interesting and busy this week, I noticed that Farmer Klein was talking on Discord that some, now let me see, what wording can I use? Let's just say lowlife, had decided to take a whole stack of Farmer Klein's videos and basically publish them as his own. As I understand it, he basically took, we've gone a bit farther, he basically took the front end graphics off and modified it, but his Farmer Klein's logo that sits at the top, I think it's the top left hand corner he has, which is the truck and the text in it there, was still evident in the videos. So he went through the time of having to list every single video and put that into YouTube and argue for that to be removed under a copyright violation, and I believe he's done that, but he hasn't told us, or not that I'm aware, I haven't checked the last few hours, but he hasn't said who it was. But that sort of low life is just the same as some of these low lifes that go around taking mods that some of our great modders are producing and rehosting them under their own name and trying to get credit, or alternatively putting it on websites where they just try and garner the maximum amount of downloads they can to make some money. Thought it was going to be a lock-up then. Jeez. Alright, that's alright, we're back. Hold your tongue, don't swear. Yeah, so I hope Farmer Klein's got all that sorted. But look, certainly, if any of you, if you happen to see anyone, like even if it's my videos, not that I'd probably really care, and if they want to take my videos, well, good on them. But if you see anyone else's videos being utilised by someone else without due mention, as in, like, if they're just taking a snippet of a video as an example, that's fine, they're allowed to do that, it's fair use, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, the total taking of it, the same as the mods, shouldn't be done. So let whoever it is know, Let's get rid of this crap out of our community. We don't want it. We don't need it. It's the same as the mod thievery that goes on, if I can use that non-real word, basically. Yeah. So, but yeah, pretty low life form. But anyway, all right. So we're just waiting now for. Oh, I've got nothing in there, no. So we're just waiting now for this to dry up. We should be any minute, I would guess, hopefully. So we'll also have a quick chat about our broadacres, which, as I said, is coming along nicely. Ben and the boys are working on version 2 of the map, which has got a whole pile of changes in there. And again, I think I mentioned in the last episode, but kudos to the boys. They've straight away had multiple requests from users in relation to position of gates, size of gates, stuff like that. Noting particularly that a 16 times map, people are going to want to be using big equipment. And I will admit that some of the gates and entrances were very tight. But look, they've taken it on board. They're working on it all. I know I've certainly found a couple of things like errant textures and stuff like that, reported it through on their GitHub, and mate, it's going like they're quickly just ticking them off. Yep, in version 2, done, found in version 2. So yeah, no, it's fantastic. So I would encourage you all to have a look at it, and look, you may not be able to run it, or you may have some bit of lag or whatever on if your PC is not relatively current, which is unfortunate, but it is a wonderful map. And he's also been working on a bit of elevation. A couple of people have sort of said, well, they don't like a dead flat map, and which I mean, look, okay, it might not be dead flat, but what they've got is pretty similar to what you see in some of the outback areas of Australia. Okay, there's some areas that aren't dead flat either, but anyway, again, due credit to them, they've only put a little bit in, so it's not quite. Well, it's not like this. It's not like you can see all these lumps and bumps, but it's enough that it actually just takes the flatness out of it entirely. So no, they're doing really well. Also, while we're talking about maps, my bestie, my bromance, for want of a better term, Stevie, he has just put on Facebook earlier today, that Beaver Creek is coming along nicely. It's almost finished. So another map coming from the Maestro. So I'm looking forward to that one. That'll mean there'll be 4 maps of his underway concurrently. But anyway, that's what you get. All right, this is taking a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. Thought it was a bit quicker last time. On the rain, yeah. So we've had a smattering of rain, and it's just going to continue because we've got rain again. What have we got? We haven't got rain today. Well, we did have rain this morning. We've got rain tomorrow. Overcast on Saturday. Raining in Sunday. Overcast Monday, Tuesday. Raining on Wednesday. So that takes us through to day 18, day 19. So getting closer to winter. So we've hit the halfway mark of autumn, and yeah, so we're getting closer and closer to our winter months, and that'll be when the interesting stuff starts to happen. All right. So what have we got to do? So we've got up here, we have to do fields 9 and 11 need to be harvested, which was the soybeans. So we've got to harvest the soybeans up there. Oops. And what's the one? 22, our sunflowers need to be harvested. I think that was all. Yeah. The other thing is we might look at buying this field just purely for the literal shits and giggles, and see how much it is first. Let's go and have a quick look. 683,000. Now, I know we're not going to get 683,000 worth of, what is it, sugar beets. Yeah, but you know what? We might just do it. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. So let's buy. All right. So we've bought him now. So what we'll do now is we'll do our Superman fly. Where is he? Down here, isn't he? Which one was our beets harvester? I think it's that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Tektron. Let me have a look. See, don't use them that much. Beet harvesting. Yes, the 415. Right. Okay, so let's just take him up. We'll have him there ready to go. Well, so yeah, we'll bring him up and we'll harvest that field and see what we're going to make out of that. So this will be interesting to see. We paid, what was it, 680,000 for the field, and we'll see how much we'll get out of it. But I mean, obviously we'll make money from it eventually, and it won't be such a big deal, and just another field we've got out of the way. So we'll yeah, get some more beets in. This is an awesome machine, this one. I do like this. Okay, it's a little bit over the top, particularly from the default beet harvester yet, but yeah, I like it. It's like the equivalent of the Big M for beets. So I think I did mention it very briefly earlier. We're 4 days to go. Or by the time you see this video, it'll probably be 2 days to go until the Platinum DLC hits. So we're looking forward to that. Now I can say quite categorically there will be literally hundreds of YouTubers that will be jumping straight on the bandwagon, probably doing a let's play straight away on the new map, and they'll be into it. But I won't be. Reason being is not that I don't want to. I just feel that everyone else is going to be doing it initially, so I'm not. But if I can certainly use the sugarcane on this map, I will be. Now I'm not sure if that's going to be possible, but we'll find out. And I'll also definitely be putting it on sugarcane once they do the version 1.2 update on broad acres. So that'll be interesting as well. All right, so we've got him there ready to go. I think what we need now is we'll go get a truck or trailer. We'll go over to the farm. No, that's the shop. What have we gone to the shop for? Oh, the truck area, sorry. All right. Let's go over here. No, I don't want the maintenance truck. Oh, it gets me there. All right. So what we'll do for the beets is... All right, we'll just take the Penta. Means a few more trips, but that's okay. All right, so we'll head off down the back of the farm and be ready to do that. Hopefully by the time we get there, we'll have some dry crops. We'll also have to check our animals, so I think we'll be well and truly due now to do some feeding of the animals, which is probably what we could have been doing while we're waiting. But alas, we haven't, so I'll check that in a second. But yeah, so yeah, with the DLC, I definitely won't be jumping straight into it. What I will probably do, I'll probably do a bit of a mod review on all the new stuff that's come in with the DLC. Probably mainly the stuff to do with the sugarcane directly, so the planter, the harvester, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so we'll see. But I'll definitely get some content out hopefully for that. But just depends on how the old real life goes and how my computer and its associated software goes, because yeah, the last 48 hours has been a pain. I was hoping to get a whole pile of video stuff out, but like I said, I spent basically 3 hours last night trying to work out how to get audio working again in Premiere. But so So yeah, I wasn't going to stay up all night. I'm not going to do that tonight either, considering it's already past midnight. So what we might do is we might have to call it here pretty much, because I think we're getting close to about 30 minutes. I don't want to go over where I don't have to. I could run through that way. Didn't know that. Yeah, so what we will do is I'll mention, of course, our wonderful communities that I would recommend that you all go off and join. And that's our PCSG.uk. A link for that's down below. And also, I'm making you sick doing that, aren't I? And also the Three Dudes Gaming Network. Now, both of them are fantastic communities. Three Dudes Gaming Network is comprised of Jerry, as in Grizzly Bear Sims, Eustace Pharmer, and Farmer Klein. They are the three dudes. I'm the community admin and community manager for Three Dudes. So it's like basically three dudes and a duck. And then PCSG, the other one is fantastic. YouTubers abound within. So we have people like DoughBoy, we have Bipolar Prophet, we have Johnny V, Big Johnny D, Wonko's over at PCSG, you have Johnny Reefy 1952, Rubber Burner. So there's a pile of guys around. Delta Bravo sort of pokes his head in there. So yeah, go and check them out for sure. And certainly sort of link up with them. Both websites have their own multiplayer server, in which case you can get on there as a member and join in the multiplayer fun, especially when they're doing streaming and stuff like that. But yeah, so head on over and check those out. So just quickly again, so we've got Three Dudes Gaming Network and we've got PCSG. Okay, so apart from that, we'll call it quits here, and we'll just be ready and waiting for the harvest to begin. So as soon as it goes dry, we'll get back into the next episode, and we'll continue on our work here on Sherwood Park Farm, and we'll be back in episode 34 as we head towards the tail end of autumn. So until next time, this is Duckzorly at Duckzorly Gaming, and we will see you all very, very soon. And lest we forget, bye.